Hello, I'm Deborah Sword.
Hi, I'm Tyson Bankert. Deborah, we are inundated with videos, right? Of what happened, when it happened, different camera angles, and I'm sure there is one today that I will see that might have different points of view. Uh, and oftentimes we believe that these are the facts and the certain pieces of an incident that has happened. And new viewpoints get added, right? New shots, new camera angles, and you put it all together, and you get so this is from this time to this time to this time. We've traveled here to here to here, and here's how we've got come to this conflict. Uh, and it's typically viewed as like 100% certain. I know for me when I'm watching certain videos, sometimes I think I already know what I'm about to see and how I'm going to feel about it. Other times I go along with what could be happening. In our discourse of these set events, you can name them for the last 30 years since, we've been using videos for lots of things. Uh, People still look back and go, this is what this meant for us culturally, for me personally. And I'm wondering for you, how do you feel about when you are watching something or even experiencing a particular conflict and feeling like you need to be 100% certain about it? Are you ever? Or should we ever be?
100% certain?
Hmm.
There are times when I'm certain that my interpretation of an event is accurate. And what happens traditionally is if I encounter somebody with a differing interpretation of the same event, I will observe that two people start to stake out their position.
Hmm.
So if somebody really comes at
Hmm.
me with, I'm right, you're wrong,
Hmm.
I will retreat behind a more defensive position. And
Mm.
I I have a couple of ways that I could go. One is, okay, I want to hear more about why you interpret it this
Mm.
way.
Hmm.
Another option is I might say, you know what, I'm even more certain now that I'm right. And another option is, maybe I should have a little bit of humility and a little bit of doubt and look into this a little
Right. Get
further
curious. Yeah.
and get curious and be humble. So it depends on the context,
Hmm.
and it might depend on how that person comes at me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If they come at me to establish that they are right and I am wrong,
Hmm. Hmm.
I could feel disrespected.
Hmm.
And at that point, my curiosity, my humility takes a back seat to, why are you talking to me like that?
Interesting. I mean, you bring up a really good point, I think, about how oftentimes if we stand our position as I'm wrong and you are right, or sorry, I'm right and you are wrong, that's also not a bad position sometimes, is that that leaves very little opportunity to be curious, to be open to the possibilities of being able to take on different perspectives. Or actually, have you seen this part of the angle of the shot? And I think it's I think I implore people to be able to think about like how certain should I be? I mean, it's okay to be a little bit uncertain, I think, in our certainty.
Yeah.
But
I talk about the convictions of our courage. We can be very brave defending our convictions. Uh, does that mean that our convictions are beyond being explored and questioned
mm-hmm,
and doubted? I'm hoping that my convictions can stand up to scrutiny, that they can be
hmm,
questioned,
hmm,
and that I can change my mind if I hear good reason to.
hmm,
But some of it is also self-esteem and ego.
hmm,
Some people won't back down because it goes to their very identity and they're
hmm,
not prepared to have their identity
hmm,
questioned.
hmm.
And that's valid too. But then we can have a discussion about our differing identities
Right.
and the reason that we hold that position. So I'm going to say, yes, there can be certainty, but then you have to get curious
Hmm.
if it's a conflict situation. Um, I'm prepared to let you be certain about anything if I have nothing at stake.
Right.
You want to feel certain that the sky is purple? I'm good with that.
Hmm.
I like purple.
Hmm.
But if it's something that really has a stake for
Hmm.
our
Hmm.
relationship, I'm going to want to inquire
Right.
your rationale for having that opinion, that position, that
Hmm.
belief. But I want to do it respectfully.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And that to me is the conflict competency, is to take your certainty, question it
Hmm.
respectfully, put your ego aside to hear what the other person has to say, and have the humility to be willing to change your mind
Hmm.
if that's appropriate.
Hmm. Hmm. Great. Well,
Theoretically.
theoretically, yeah. Well, for the next one, for the next shot, for the next thing that comes up, I think the ability to be able to, when we're in dialogue with folks about a particular circumstance, whether it's interpersonally or culturally or whatnot, being able to gauge that certainty and also that curiosity and what that might I mean for you. So thank you.
And the willingness to change our mind.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do we always have to be right? What
Hmm.
is the battle we're trying to win
Hmm.
in this particular
Yeah. Like,
conflict?
why do I want to be right about this? And I think like that might be a very interesting question to ask ourselves.
Oh, because I'm right, obviously.
Yeah. Right. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening, and we will talk to you next week. Please like, share, and subscribe, and see you all next week.
Thank you.